Hello everyone. Today we are continuing our trig ratios discussion, but today we're actually going to use those to find missing sides in a right triangle when we're only given an angle and another side. So first, just to review, we have SOHCAHTOA that tells us what our trig ratios are. So remember the SO, that stands for that sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. The CA part was cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And the TOA was tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, so when I am looking at a problem like this and I want to find a missing side length and I know I'm going to use trig ratios, I first like to go ahead and label what my sides are. So I have an angle here, 32 degrees, and I see I have the side opposite of it. And so I know that my 11 is my opposite side. And then I have this side x. And so that's either going to be my hypotenuse or my adjacent. Well, I know my hypotenuse is the side opposite of my right angle. And I see that is not x. So that means that this is my adjacent side. Next, using that, I need to figure out which trig ratio I'm using. Well, I want to use the one that has opposite and adjacent, and I see that that is tangent. Tangent is my opposite and adjacent. So I have tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. So I have the tangent of my angle here, which is 32, is equal to my opposite side, which I labeled as 11, over my adjacent side, which is x. So when we're doing this, make sure you always put the angle with your trig ratio. So here, tangent of 32 is equal to 11 over x. That angle always is attached to your tan, cosine, or sine. Now I need to actually solve this. So to do this, I'm going to make this into a proportion problem. So I'm going to put this over 1, and that way I can cross multiply. So I have x times tangent of 32 is equal to 1 times 11, which is 11. Then I'm going to divide both sides by tangent of 32. So that means that x is equal to 11 divided by tangent of 32. And now to do this, I need to use a calculator. If you don't have a calculator at home, you can use a Desmos. So you go to desmos.com/calculator, and then you can put it in here. However, you need to be careful. So before you start typing anything, hit graph settings. And then you need to change this to be degrees. If you don't change it to be degrees, it's going to give you a wrong answer. That is super important. If you're using your calculator at home, you also need to change yours to degrees. Otherwise, if it's in radians, it will give you a wrong answer. So I'm going to type this in, 11 divided by tangent of 32, and I get 17.6 when I round to the nearest tenth. Okay, let's try another one. So I'm going to do, first I'm going to label all of these. I like to first label my hypotenuse. And so I look opposite of my right angle is my x. Now I need to figure out what 17 is. Well, I see that 17 is opposite of my given angle. So that's my opposite side. Now I need to look and see which one is the one that has opposite and hypotenuse. And I see that that is sine. So this is going to be s equals opposite over hypotenuse. Well, I have sine of 51 is equal to my opposite, which I labeled as 17, over my hypotenuse, which is x. I want to make this into a proportion problem, and then I'm going to cross multiply. So x times sine of 51 is equal to 1 times 17, which is just 17. Divide both sides by sine of 51. And then you need to put that into Desmos again. So I'm going to have 17. To get the division sign, you're going to hit the slash button, which is the same key as your question mark. And then I'm going to type in sine, and then 51. And when I round that to the nearest tenth, I get 21.9.